Hi, I'm John Lacey,
And I'm Sam Proof.
and we're here to talk about this week's video and live streaming news. So, Sam, there's been a lot of movement on YouTube lately. Can you help me get a handle on YouTube handles? What's going on there?
YouTube just released this new URL mechanic. So everyone now has a handle. It's a taggable username that you can use in descriptions, titles, comments. And it is basically what everyone's used to on several other social media platforms like Twitter, where you have an @ symbol and your username. And you can set that if you've been around and you've already had a custom URL. They've in most cases taken that and predetermined your handle, but there are some instances where conflicts may have happened and they've custom made whatever that is or just left it blank.
And I guess that's like YouTube obviously sent out these emails to everybody to say that it was coming, and I just had the worst FOMO, just waiting for it to roll out to me. And
Yeah,
at some point, I just went, I bet somebody else has already taken my name as their handle because it's not a particularly unique name. So I just went youtube.com/John Lacey, and
yeah,
much to my amazement, there was an account there and it was one of mine, but it wasn't something I was using. But I sort of decided
that's
to
funny.
that that might be something that I use. And I guess the other thing too is I uploaded a single, and this channel has no subscribers. It didn't have any videos. I went to upload my first video, and I went to put a custom thumbnail, which is an advanced feature. So then I
Mm-hmm.
had to sort of provide my phone number. And the second I did that, I had the YouTube community features, and they do seem to be being rolled out to more people. And I
Yes.
noticed in their documentation, they actually said for the community tab to be available, you have to have 500 subscribers or enable advanced features on your channel. So yeah, I guess I'm curious, are you hearing about other people sort of having similar experiences, and what do you think? I guess what do you think that's going to add to the YouTube experience?
Yeah, I actually, in the wake of all of this Twitter, hubbub, had been exploring different things as far as where I could go to if the ship goes down. And I've had access to the YouTube community tab for quite a while, and it has always been a very lonely island in the sea of YouTube. And I was like, this might be the thing now. And they did start rolling it out, possibly as a response to Twitter, or just the timing worked out. So they did start rolling it out to a lot more people. They changed it to 500 subs, or as you said, just being able to enable advanced features. So I had posted something about, are you going to start using the community tab? And somebody did reply that like they had just gotten access to it. I've seen a bunch of people say things like that. So I think it is a really interesting way to get that social element over to YouTube. It allows you to do almost anything you were doing on Twitter. You can do just regular old posts. You can do polls, both text or image polls. Image polls is something you can't do on Twitter, which is pretty cool. And you can just upload images or link to your videos or even any video on YouTube. You could just do your community tab as like an aggregate of I like cats. Here's a bunch of different cat videos every day. Um, the cool thing about it is you can schedule your posts in advance. And I feel like when I tried to do it, where a lot of sites are like, you can do like 4 months and then we're going to cut you off. They were like, nope, whenever you want, go for it. It may have been a year, but that's as far as I tried. I think it's a great opportunity to connect with your community, especially through things like polls and image polls. Um, the thing that it seems to be lacking in is discoverability outside of your community, or even within that community. Like it doesn't show up so seamlessly integrated in the website experience. I do believe I've seen it on the mobile, but not recently.
Yeah, so I guess, and like literally everything you just said was in my notes, so I don't need to say it again, which is awesome. But I guess, like, especially if you're in a situation where you're releasing maybe a video a week,
Yeah.
it's potentially a good way of sort of still reaching out to your audience, in between those times, and even just to get some feedback outside of the comments section, I suppose too.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity within your own community, because also within the things that YouTube has done recently is they separated out the videos tab, the shorts tab, and the live stream. So all of those are their own place. They're not one big feed anymore. So it's very possible that creators are going to be like, these are my video people, these are my shorts people, and these are my lives people, and they do not cross. But this community tab could be the bridge. You know, again, I think YouTube needs to open it up more and put it out more, but I think there's a really good opportunity there to sort of cross integrate your communities.
And I guess, like, coming back to what we said earlier, I think the reason that these two features are the community features and the handles are being rolled out together is because, you know, that's the place where they make the most sense. Like, if I want to actually do a post in the community and tag somebody that it's about, you know, that's another way of doing it. So it's always been interesting to me because YouTube is first and foremost a video platform with some social aspects sort of attached to the end of it, whereas almost
Totally.
every other thing on the internet is social media first and then
Right.
video almost as an afterthought. So it's really cool. You know, I'd love to hear from other people that are using those features and how they're finding them, and maybe what kind of audience engagement they're getting. So that would be really great to hear about.
Yeah, I'd love to see what people are doing and what they think gets the best response out of their community tab.
Awesome. So, I guess another thing that came up in the last week, and I don't think either of us have had a chance to try this out yet, but Twitch has a new beta guest star feature. Can you tell me a little bit about that one?
Yeah, so they released this guest star feature, which essentially um, is built into the Twitch platform. You get a for anyone who's familiar with doing stream alerts or things like that, you get a browser link that you put into your streaming software, OBS or Streamlabs or Stream Elements, any of those things, as a browser source. And you can do up to 5 of these, and these are your guests. It is a video, so you just pop that into your streaming thing. You send them an invite link. They click on that. They don't need streaming software, and they can just phone in, if you will, through either a desktop browser or even their phone. And that brings them into your stream. And then this is as far as I really got with kicking it in the tires. But after that, I assume you have the ability to do things like show them or not show them, hide them, etc., turn on or off their mics and things like that, which a lot of other softwares and apps do give people already. So it feels a little late in the game for Twitch. And I think when I first heard of this, I thought it was going to do something where it would allow a situation where I can be streaming on my channel, you're streaming on your channel, and then we cross over and we're streaming on top of each other's channels, having a conversation like this. I don't think that is a feature that they actually did, based on the fact that it's a browser-based thing and you don't need to have your own streaming software. It might still be possible using OBS and the virtual camera, much like we're doing today.
And I guess, like, that's the thing. As a bit of context for people who may be watching or listening to this, is that I'm all about OBS Studio. I know Sam loves OBS Studio, and
Oh yeah.
I guess the thing that we've been exploring lately is it's all well and good to use OBS Studio if you're just talking to yourself, or, you know, talking as a single person. But how do you actually get those external sources in a high quality way? And you know, I've been doing things with NDI and Skype NDI, which have been okay, but they haven't been as good as I would have hoped them to be. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of more entry level platforms. We're actually recording a version of this conversation on Restream today, so it's okay, but I don't know. I'm probably just a control freak, but I really miss the ability of arranging the scene exactly how I want it to be. Whereas with a
Yeah.
lot of these tools, you really are at the mercy of their you know, their predetermined layouts.
Yeah, and I think that is one feature that this Twitch guest star actually gives you a better handle on, because you theoretically are able to lay that into OBS wherever you want. Similarly, as you said, we're using Restream. There's a bunch of other products, StreamYard, B.Live, and things like that do this, that have pre-created scenes. There is a freeware out there that is browser-based called VDO. It was previously OBS Ninja. That acts much in the same way, where you're popping that into your OBS, so you could lay that out wherever you want it. It does also have custom scenes that you can create in their interface and then that whole scene in. Or you can do individual cameras and lay them in OBS as you see fit. So we'll see how Guest Star compares to that in future episodes.
And I must admit, I don't have the same Twitch background that you do, Sam. But I did mention this this new beta guest star feature on LinkedIn, and somebody told me that a number of former Twitch developers sort of got together and created this thing called Ping Ping.gg. So and it's essentially the same sort of idea, that you can sort of just have people come in as their own sort of video source. So, I mean, there's obviously an appetite for this, and it will be really, really interesting to see where it ends up.
Yeah, I did take a look at Ping really quickly, and as far as I can tell, it's a subscription only, so there was no free version of that. So that's also a big difference between Twitch's Guest Star and Ping.
So thank you, Sam, for informing us about all the video and live streaming news for this week. Where can people find out more about you and what's your content and all those good things?
Sure, you can find me on any internet platform at Sam Proof, primarily YouTube and Twitch, where I stream Monday through Friday and drop YouTube videos at least weekly, if not more frequently. I'm still working on a new schedule for that.
Nice. And if you're interested in catching up with what I'm doing, probably the best place to go is johnlacey.com. There's links to all kinds of weird and wonderful things, including our coffee and content live stream. So thanks again, Sam.
Oh, thank you.